Okay, and we're back for the Freakish Lab of Dr. Vahzilok, Act 2, which only appears on your list if you've done Act 1. This is the act where you get the badge for completing the whole story arc, and if you qualify, you get that bonus badge, Tarnished Star, which has a whole lot of criteria to meet for you to qualify. All of which have to be done blue side, because again, the premise is you've been a hero for a long time, you've beaten all the villains, now you're kind of becoming a villain in this story arc. But to qualify for Tarnished Star, you gotta have the following. You must have completed the Admiral Sutter task force. You must have completed the Ernesto Hess task force. You must have completed the Stephanie Peebles story arc in Striga. It's the first story arc in Striga. You must have completed the Moonfire task force. You must have done the story arc Last Rites, where you choose to spare the life of the enemy at the end rather than defeating them. All 4 Faultine story arcs, because some of the AVs in there appear multiple times throughout the story arc, so just do all 4 arcs. You get the accolade, bonus badge, bonus merits, and you'll be confident you'll qualify for Tarnished Star. The Superadine Ring story arc, level 15 to 19 range, you gotta do that one. You gotta do the Lords of Death story arc, which comes right after that previous story arc. You gotta do the Heart of the Hollows story arc. You must have completed the Synapse task force. You must have completed Positron's 1 and 2 task forces. Then there's the big story arc in the level 25 to 29 range called Freak Olympics. It's one of the earlier story arcs. It's an interesting story arc. And it does pay a lot of merits at the end. At the end, there should be about 17 jail cells in the base that we're going to be going to, and they all have to be full. If there's even one missing, then you don't qualify for the Tarnished Star badge. So there you go. We'll try to list all these criteria too in the description of the video, of course, as well. And hopefully you've had a moment to read this. If not, pause the video and play it back, and read it, and then play it back. And here we go. Okay, and here we are. Whee, and we're off. Luckily, the bulk of the story arcs missions in this are in Sharkhead for this story arc. There's one that'll take us to Capo Diablo, but that's okay. Mission transport will speed that up. But for right now, here we are. This is not a defeat all. So if you can do it without making it a defeat all, that's good. Four glowies, generator, and a boss. Or generators, I should say. There's one of them. Sweep through the area. Yep, thought I heard the other one. There. And another one. so far so good. Okay, now we gotta go to Cap. And we'll take a shortcut. Okay, and here we are. Okay, this one is also not a defeat all. Although this mission's nice if you're looking to farm out the defeat badge for the 7th generation projectors. Also, this mission spawns what they call immature clones of the 7th generation protectors. Beating some of them also gives a defeat badge, and this is really the only place in the mission to get that badge. So, yeah. This mission, if you're looking to get that defeat badge, you would actually want to set yourself to a team size of 8. Defeat the 5 waves of immature clones. You should have about 55 defeat marks on the badge, and then from there, reset the mission, go back in, finish the badge, then you can finish out the mission. This mission ends when the boss on this level, which should be around here, here he is, Tavish Bell, he's the boss on this part of the map. He's defeated, plus the boss on the next level, plus all 3 of the glowies are obtained. Then the mission ends. This is not a defeat all. So we're done with this section of the level. Now let's go find those elevators. But yeah, if you set this to team size 8 and go in, you'll have a whole lot of these 7th generation protectors to face, plus the ambush waves that are forthcoming, as well as the immature Paragon protector clones. But we're not going to be doing that on this vid. We're just going to proceed onward. Recommendation is if you have a secondary account, get a secondary tune that can unlock this mission and keep it. Then you could go back and farm out those defeat badges. This is one of the 3 glowies. They're these tubes. And there's the other one. Plus there's the boss. Hey, cool. Okay, now he's got to beat Hopkins. We meet again, Hopkins. Ah, there he is. Hello, Hopkins. Haven't seen you since the Speaking thereof, if you qualify for Tarnished Star in the last mission, you'll have to face and defeat Manticore to get the Tarnished Star badge. Okay. And we're off. Alright, note these objectives up here. Gotta defeat a couple freak bosses and some other guys, and you gotta find the main target. Well, we'll see if we can do this the quick method. After all, why fight fights that you can easily avoid? There is something to be said for that, as well as the philosophy about live, get stronger, fight another day. Pop culture points if you can think of the TV show and character that said that. Live, get stronger, fight another day. Here we are, Tech Deck. This is the guy that you really gotta defeat. Now it's been this way since this story arc was published out to the system. So feel free to pause the video to read all that if you need to. And as you can see, you didn't need to fight those other guys. It's been that way since this story arc was first published. And I'm pretty confident that they've been told about it, but call it a hunch. I'm really certain they've been told about it. Okay. Final mission. We gotta go talk to Pierce over here. As you can see, she's kind of changed herself a notch. Again, go ahead and pause the video if you need to go through all that. Target you're going to escort out tends to fight. So, the clearer the path now, the faster you can take him out. Again, you don't need to clear all these guys right now, but what the heck. Now, you could actually skip fighting these three right now and go right in. But you're going to have to face them again anyway, so... energy melee, by the way, has a pretty high mag stun already, but if you can fit some stun IOs in your energy attacks on energy melee, boost the stun factor even higher. Wouldn't hurt. I've stunned many a boss, many in EV, and many in AoE. Okay. Again, either I take these guys out now, or I take them out when I have my escort. Either way, they gotta be taken down. So now they're down. Here. Take this guy down. Oh, look who's here. Captain Reynolds. Anyone here remember the TV series Firefly and the movie Serenity? If I had the chat window open, you'd see his NPC dialogue, and it is definitely Captain Reynolds Firefly. A nice pop culture tribute. Moving along. No problem. Problem solved. Now let's open up this door here. look at that, Warden Cobb. Jane Cobb from Firefly, perhaps? And these are the aforereferenced jail cells, which, as you can see on this character, they are in a significant state of empty. So at the moment, he doesn't qualify for the Tarnished Star badge, but that's alright. We're going to show you how to get that badge anyway, on a follow-up to this. This room here contains the other jail cells. And it looks like a couple of them might have some people in them, but overall they're in a significant state of empty. It only takes one to be missing to not qualify for Tarnished Star, but that's alright. Got it covered. Jail cell that should be full with Vandal. This one here should have the Clock King in it, but I haven't done Synapse yet on this. Switch stealth off now, because I gotta play escort to that guy. Alright, he's in there gearing up. This is also right now where Manticore would be here. He'd be standing right here if he met all the qualifications. Defeat Manticore, you get Tarnished Star. Defeating Manticore and Tarnished Star does not end the mission. To end the mission and the story arc, you gotta take Bile all the way back out. But we'll show you Tarnished Star in a little bit. First we gotta get through this. Ah, look who's here. Go ahead, feel free to pause the vid if you need to read all the dialogue. And now for the inevitable fight against Cortex. Like, seriously, he didn't know that was gonna happen. Is that every rogue or villain for themselves? And he's out. Let's make sure Bile catches up. You'll see him again, too, in that personal story arc for Dr. Pierce as well, which we'll be doing on another video. Along with the new Striga Isle story arc, since they made Striga into a co-op zone. We're getting there. Escort missions can be so dull. Okay, yeah. And this is the part now where Bile complains that his power is cut out and that he can't fight anymore. So now he won't fight targets. So we're going to see if we can just get the heck out of here. There he is. And don't bother trying to teleport him either. I've run some tests on that. Unless they made a change, he cannot be teleported. So. Almost done. Yeah, she took damage. Wonder what would happen if he was defeated. Nah. Best not to find out. And that's the Patient Zero badge for the completion of the arc. There it is, Patient Zero. And having this unlocks the piecemeal individual story arc that we'll do in another video. Feel free to pause the video to read all that, or you can read it all when you run the mission on your own character. Now, stick around, we're not done. I'm going to show you how to do the Tarnished Star. Okay, and we're back. This is the second part of this video about how to get the Tarnished Star badge. I've already fought my way back down into the sector where we ought to be. Where all the jail cells are. Now the thing is this. I'm teamed up with one of my drone alts, who I sent through to get all the criteria and keep the badge mission available. Because Tarnished Star awards to everybody on the team. So as long as your team leader has met the criteria, then Tarnished Star is available to everybody, which is good. So, again, you must have completed Admiral Sutter Task Force. You must have completed Ernesto Hess Task Force. You must have done Stephanie Peebles' story arc in Striga, which is the first story arc of Striga. Moonfire Task Force must be completed. The Graham Easton story Last Rites, where you spare the life of your enemy instead of defeating him. But that's an arc you can run twice for 2 badges, so run it once to defeat the guy, then run it again to spare him. You get both the badges from it, and you're still meeting the criteria for Tarnished Star. All 4 Faultine story arcs. This is because some of the AVs in those story arcs pop up more than once, which means it's best just to do all 4 chapters, call it good. Plus you get the bonus badge and accolades. The Superadine Ring badge story arc must be taken down as well, followed by the Lords of Death story arc. You must take both those story arcs down, then defeat them. The Heart of the Hollow story arc. The Synapse Task Force, Positron 1 and 2 Task Forces, and the Freak Olympics story arc. You do all those, and then let's take a look at all these jail cells. Those are full. Let's see, this one's full. That's full. Yep. Looking good. So again, as long as your team leader has met the criteria, the cell should be full. And you'll qualify for Tarnished Star. Assuming you can beat Manticore, of course. There. Okay, yep. In there. Yep. Yep. Looks good. Yep. Perfect. 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 Now let's open up here. Vandal's right where he ought to be for having defeated him. And let's see, yep, these cells are all full, so we should have our target here. There he is. It's Manticore. You defeat Manticore, you get Tarnished Star. The mission won't end because you still gotta escort Bile out. So let's go have some fun beating up Manticore. Not my first rodeo with human. Down. I already got the Tarnished Star badge because I already did that with this tune, but now is where it will be rewarding, so one moment. Here it is, near the bottom of your accomplishment badge tab. Tarnished Star. Yeah. So again, the trick is have an alt account with a drone that you can get this story arc unlocked on after it's met the criteria that I've previously mentioned. So the alt must start blue side, get to level 30-ish, shut off its XP, go through all the story arcs and criteria with it, bring it over to here, and run the 2 story arcs, part 1 and then part 2 to get to here. And if all the jail cells are full, as I showed, you get to have the Tarnished Star badge awarded to you. It awards to everybody on the team. So as long as the team leader has met the criteria, then you're good. And this way you can get the badge on multiple badge hunters should you desire without having them to spend the time to go through all the criteria. Especially that Freak Limbic story arc. That one's a bit lengthy. But, hope you enjoyed the video, and that is a wrap. We'll see you on the next one. And don't forget, every once in a while, turn your computer off, go outside and play, because reality is what's real.